What's up guys, AJ here, and in this video I'm going to be talking about if you should join eXp Realty. Now I gotta tell you, I've been with eXp now for about 6 years and it's been an amazing journey for me, but I'll admit it's not for every agent. I'm top 15 in the entire company for our passive income part of our model called revenue share, and it's been a great ride for me. So in this video I'm actually going to be sharing with you why I left Keller Williams. I was there. It's the only other company I've ever been with. I joined KW all the way back at the end of 2012. So I've been an agent now over 10 years. I'm also going to be talking about how I retired from selling homes. I actually was able to sell my real estate team because of the eXp model. And I'm just going to be sharing some pros and cons of eXp really versus KW and other brokerage models. So I hope you enjoy. All right, let's dive into it. I'm here in beautiful Jackson Hole, Wyoming, going snowmobiling today. And I've been snowboarding, so it's really cold out, but I wanted to get this video out to you guys so you could make a decision here if you want to join eXp. First, a quick background, my real estate career. So got licensed at the end of 2012, right off the bat joined Keller Williams. Loved my time at Keller Williams, met a lot of great friends there, learned a lot. And I never thought I'd actually leave Keller Williams unless it was to start my own real estate brokerage. I had a real estate team, few agents doing about 20 million a year in sales, 600,000 gross commission, just over was my best year selling houses. And it was at the end of 2016 when I was like, you know, I want to see what else is out there. So I decided to go to ESO, Expansion Systems Orientation, which is Keller Williams training on how to expand both in your local market and, you know, nationwide. There's a lot of agents doing this. And I really enjoyed the class. You know, there was nothing wrong with it. However, you know, I thought there had to have been something more. It didn't seem like, you know, there was maybe a lot of profit in it, but I was gonna give it a shot. It seemed like kind of like it was more in beta mode at the time, but I was gonna give it a shot. So I got back, this was October 2016, got back to my local market, told my real estate coach, you know, I'm gonna do this expansion thing and I'm gonna give it my all for 1 year. And if I like what's happening, if I like how it's progressing, if I'm enjoying myself, if the lifestyle fits me, then I'm gonna keep going. If not, I'm gonna start my own real estate brokerage. You know, because at that time I was, between me and all my agents, we were paying, you know, $50,000, $60,000, $70,000 a year to the market center. And, you know, not getting a lot of value because we always hired outside coaches and whatnot. So we're gonna do our own thing. I loved Keller Williams. You know, I just want to make that point clear. Still a great company. I've been to Bold 5 times. People that love Bold are like, yeah, that's awesome. People that have been to Bold once and would never go again are like, man, I'm sorry to hear that you went to Bold 5 times. But I went to Bold 5 times. My wife went twice. I was on the ALC for 2 years. So I was heavily invested in KW. But anyways, so my real estate coach says, before you do anything, just take a look at this video. And it was a video, a webinar on eXp. And I have the same one that I can share with you if you want to take a look at that. So I watched it that night and I was absolutely blown away. If you haven't seen this webinar, you gotta check it out because I actually couldn't even sleep that night. I watched it several times over the weekend while I was walking my dogs. I was listening to the audio. I showed my wife, I think that Saturday night. And I knew that that following week I was gonna make the switch, because the model to me was so powerful. You see, when I first joined Keller Williams, I saw the opportunity for profit share. I didn't join because of the profit share. I didn't even know about it when I first joined, but once I did join, I saw that there was some people, one of the gentlemen who was an owner in my region, you know, my team leader was like, you know, this guy's making $20,000, $30,000 a month passive income, you know, traveling, doing all this cool stuff. You know, I want to help you get there. And after about 4 years, my profit share never exceeded $5,000, $6,000 a year. And what I've discovered is if you really want big opportunity inside of that system, you know, you probably need to invest hundreds of thousands of dollars, open new territory, which there isn't a lot left, maybe buy a market center or whatever it might be. I just didn't have the money. I didn't have the desire to go that far into the management, the growth of it. I saw that the profit share probably wasn't gonna be something that was gonna completely change my life. Grateful for that amount of money that was coming in, but it wasn't life-changing. But when I saw eXp, I saw it positioned as where it was in the 90s. Just massive growth opportunity, ground floor opportunity. eXp is still a ground floor opportunity only 2 years later. When I joined, we had only 2,400 agents, which was like too early. People like still had no idea what it even was, so it was harder to, you know, share the eXp opportunity with people because it was just so new. But now it's like prime time. We have over 16,000 agents now. the buzz is out there, you know, our company's starting to go viral, we're growing really fast, so now it's like the perfect time to get in. I saw that as a big opportunity to earn some passive income that could potentially change my life, change the lives of my team members, and the lives of the agents that I know in the industry. And you know, one of my mentors said to me, AJ, worst case scenario, in a couple of years, you're still selling a bunch of houses. Best case scenario, it completely changes your life. And that's what I was going for. So first I want to talk about the 5 reasons why an agent would join eXp, or why I think they should join eXp. And then I'm going to talk about why I joined and what my goals were, but what my thought process was, my mindset when I first joined the company. So the first reason an agent would join is because of the commission split. It's 80-20 commission split. That's great for cash flow, especially if you're not a capping agent. If you don't know what a capping agent is, that just simply means once you pay in a certain amount of money into your brokerage, you cap. At eXp, it's $16,000. That's the number 2 reason why you'd want to join eXp. So, say on a $10,000 commission check, if you're at a brokerage where I was, KW, it was pretty much $6,436 by the time you consider the franchise fee. So I would keep $6,400 of a $10,000 commission check. But at eXp, I'd keep $8,000. That's a $1,400 difference. That's a big deal, especially for agents who don't cap, because that's real money. The second reason that I just mentioned is the cap. It's a $16,000 cap. My cap was $25,000. You know, that's a big difference too. Once you cap, there is a $250 transaction fee that goes into play for the next 20 transactions, with a $5,000 cap on that. However, once you hit that cap, you're eligible to become an icon agent, and what that means is you get your entire cap back in the form of company stock. I was awarded that my first year with the company, got my entire $16,000 back in stock. Huge blessing at the time where it was trading at. That was around 4,500 shares of stock, which today, at the time of this video, the stock's around $11 a share. You do the math, 4,500 times 11, that's a whole lot better than even a 100% company. And we have a lot of icon agents in our company. In most markets, you need to sell about 32 homes to be an icon agent. Even if you don't become an icon agent, the cap is still only $16,000. That's not bad. So reason number 1 was the splits. Reason number 2 was the cap. Reason number 3, I think, is the training and technology. The cloud campus, we have over 30 hours every single week being taught by top producers all around the country, and a video archive. That's huge. The training is unmatched. Being able to get your questions answered in real time. If I have any concern, question, I go right into the cloud campus, and within a matter of minutes, I'm getting my question answered real time. You got to see the cloud environment. It is so cool. And the lead generation platform, KV Core or Commissions Inc. you get to choose from. Great lead generation systems. I mean, I was paying for Boomtown at one time $1,500 a month to do what KV Core can do. For $50 a month is the monthly tech fee at eXp. That's pretty dang good. The 4th reason is the stock. I was like, if I'm selling houses anyways, why wouldn't I want to be at a company where I can earn stock? So right now, on the first sale of every single year, you get $200 in stock. When you cap, you get $400 in stock. When you refer an agent to eXp, you get stock when they sell their first house. I already told you about the Icon Agent program. And also, if you want to take 5% of your commissions and go into the agent equity program, you get to take 5% of your commissions and buy the stock at a 20% discount. That's like an automatic retirement program going into play for you. Super cool, and that's only available for eXp agents. Now the 5th reason is the revenue share. So on the first level, or the first tier, whatever you want to call it, when you sponsor an agent at eXp, if they're a capping agent, that's $2,800 a year is what you get paid. Say you sponsor 5 agents, that's 5 times $2,800. All right, I just grabbed my calculator. I'll make it a little bit easier on you. So 5 agents, if they're all cappers, that's $2,800 times 5. That's $14,000 in revenue share. What I help my team do is help those people tell other agents about eXp. So if you sponsor 5 agents and then they sponsor 5 agents, that's another 25 on your second tier. So if we do 25 and on your second tier for a capping agent, you get $3,200 per year. And this is paid out per month for the previous month when they close a transaction. You don't wait till the end of the year, it is paid monthly. I get that question all the time. So 25 times $3,200 is $80,000. So on your first tier, you're getting paid $14,000, and on your second tier, you're getting paid $80,000 for a total of $94,000 a year in revenue share. And what I liked about that is it was set percentages. So I was like, you know, I can business plan around that. I can budget around that. I know what it's gonna be every single time someone closes a transaction. On the first tier, if I sponsor someone, they sell a house, $10,000 check, that total commission, I get paid $350 because it's 3.5% of the gross commission. So I was like, well, that's pretty cool. Now, this is where it gets into what my mindset was when I joined eXp. So I was like, I'm gonna keep selling a bunch of houses. That's how I pay the bills. That's how I provide the lifestyle for myself and my wife. And we're doing pretty good. But I was like, if I can just share eXp with some agents that I bump into or that ask me about it because they're curious, you know, why I made the switch from my previous brokerage. Well, what if I could get 5 a year? This is me sponsoring 5 a year for the next 5 years. That would have me sponsoring 25 total in 5 years. And the example I just gave you was just sponsoring 5. Could you sponsor 5 over 5 years? I don't know about you, but I have some favorite restaurants. I have some favorite places to travel to. I absolutely love Amazon Prime, so I'm referring that all the time. You share things that you love. And if you're not at a company that you love, then you probably shouldn't be at that company. You should be so ecstatic about the brokerage that you're with that you want to share it with other people. That's my mindset. That's my thought process, at least. I thought in 5 years I'd sponsor 25, you know, one every other month or so. And I was hoping, based on what other agents in the company have done, my mentors, that could grow into 500 within 5 years. That was my goal. 25 in 5 years, that would turn into 500 agents in 5 years through the 7 levels of revenue share that eXp offers. To me, that would mean financial freedom, complete abundance, like just so excited, like 10 out of 10, crushed my goals, so excited. So, what actually happened? Well, after my first year, I only sponsored 9 because I was heavily focused on selling houses, and this eXp thing, I was still feeling it out. We only had 2,400 agents. We weren't even on the NASDAQ stock exchange yet. So I didn't know what it was yet. So I wasn't really telling everybody about it. It was usually like someone would ask me and I'd be like, hey, watch this video I watched. I'm excited about it. Maybe you'll like it. It was that simple. So that 9 turned into 157 that first year. Pretty good, right? I was happy with it. Seemed pretty good. I didn't really know what to expect that first year. But after the first year, I saw that this was happening. I saw that it wasn't the worst case scenario like my mentor told me, which is, you know, I'm still just selling a bunch of houses. I saw passive income coming in. I mean, that first year I had a month where I earned $6,900 in revenue share. I think I did that by August, July or August. So I was like, you know, this is something. I'm gonna start sharing it with the agents that I've met at conferences, that I've had cross sales with. I'm gonna reach out to a handful of them. And I mean, to this day, I haven't reached out to them many people. It's mostly people reaching out to me because they're curious. So fast forward to end of year 2, I have 25 in my first tier. I actually hit 25 like in June or July in my first tier. And I hit 500, which was my 5-year goal. I hit 500 June 18th. That was what, 18 months in? Absolutely unbelievable, amazing. I have a great team. I have so many high caliber real estate professionals on my team, like go-getters, and we have a system now. We have a duplicatable system on how to replicate this success. We're doing it all over the country. Out of those 500 agents, it's now 6 months later turned into over 1,000 agents in 33 states and 2 Canadian provinces so far. And that's absolutely unbelievable. That's like 4 times, 5 times the size of my previous office. Like, that's absolutely mind-blowing to me. My wife and I, this past August, we sold our house. We've been traveling the country for the last 6 months, not to grow eXp, but just for fun. We still are working on the road and helping our team grow, but we're completely living a passive income-driven lifestyle because of the opportunity at eXp. I feel so blessed that we came across this opportunity, that someone had the courage to share it with me. And it's completely changed our lives. I'm super impressed with the company. I did not expect this. It's just, when something offers that much value, it becomes this thing where when people know what it truly is, not just what they heard about it, they want to be a part of it. And at this point, we're part of a movement. We're changing real estate agents' lives. My mission is to help as many agents as possible to be able to earn enough revenue share to where they can pay their mortgage, their car payments. Because if you're a real estate agent watching this, which I'm sure you are if you're watching it, this far into it, a lot of real estate agents don't even pay their taxes, or they don't pay them on time, or they go a couple months without a sale and they can't pay their car payment or their mortgage because they're in a little, slump. But what if you had $3, $4, $5, $10,000 a month in revenue share coming in? I get all the time, like, how does that even work that the company shares revenue? Like, the revenue's already out there. Like, we're cloud-based, so we don't have all that bricks and mortar, so we can share more of our revenue than, say, a bricks and mortar company, but all that money's already out there. Instead of just the owners keeping it all, now it's flowing down through the agents. The reality is the agents are the ones that are building these companies. And for the first time ever, now the agents are being rewarded for it. In this video, I'm going to be talking about eXp Realty versus Keller Williams. I'm a great person to talk on this topic because I spent my first 4 years with Keller Williams and my last 3.5 years with eXp. So I've only been with 2 companies and I've done very well with both companies. And I'll tell you right off the bat, they're both excellent companies. So it's not going to be a bashing of one or the other. It's going to be my true, honest opinion of both companies. And I'm going to share my success with both companies and give you the facts so hopefully you can make the best decision for you on where you want to be running your real estate business. My name is Mida and I help real estate agents double their income and make passive income through revenue share. I've been with the company just over 3.5 years and I've built one of the largest revenue share teams of over 1,800 agents. All right, so first off, like I said, I was at Keller Williams for 4 years. Absolutely loved my time there, loved the people there. I was not looking to make a switch. I mean, I took Bold 5 times, if you know what that is. My wife, she took it 3 times. We always paid for our entire team to go. I was ALC for 2 years. I went to Mega Camp. I went to all their big conferences. I even coached as a productivity coach for the office for a year. I mean, I was all in. I was not looking to make a switch, but spoiler alert, I am at eXp now, but I'm still going to give you the honest truth from both perspectives and let you know which things are better at eXp and which things might be better at Keller Williams. So I had just gotten back from expansion systems orientation when I was with Keller Williams. This was the end of 2016, and I was excited to start even growing my team bigger. That's when I saw a short video, and I can send you the presentation if you want to email me. I'll go ahead and put my email on the screen. I mean, the presentation absolutely blew my mind. At the time, my wife was still working as an ICU nurse, and if you know any nurses, you know they work hard, long days. She got back at like 7 o'clock at night, completely tired. Right after dinner, I sat her in bed and had her watch the presentation, and I watched it multiple times that weekend. I just got so excited, and within 2 weeks, I had switched my entire business over to eXp. What got me so excited was the opportunity to make more money, build a passive income stream, and build my business even bigger. eXp exceeded my expectations. Just 18 months after joining the company, the revenue share that I was able to build just over that 18 months exceeded what I was earning as a real estate agent, making me financially free. All right, so the first thing that you're probably curious about, agents usually want to know, hey, how much am I paying the broker? Well, let's talk about that. So commission splits. So at eXp Realty, it's an 80-20. At Keller Williams, you might think it's a 70-30, but when you consider the 6% franchise fee, it's actually a 64-36 split. So what does this mean? Well, I'll just give you a simple example. So say you get a $10,000 commission check. At eXp, you keep 80% or $8,000. At Keller Williams, you keep 64%. So that's a $1,600 difference. That's massive, guys, absolutely massive. And that's just one transaction, guys. Think about it, just one transaction, a $1,600 difference. What could you do with $1,600? Would that pay your mortgage for the month? Would it pay maybe your mortgage and a car payment? That's a lot of money. So I have to say, in that category, I'm going to check the box for eXp. Number 2, let's compare caps. So Keller Williams also has a cap. eXp also has a cap. Now, I can't speak for all Keller Williams market centers because it's different all over the place. If you're in a more expensive area, you probably pay more. And that was one of the things that caught my attention about eXp is because it's one low cap of $16,000 nationwide. That was pretty good. But at my Keller Williams office, just to give you an idea, and we weren't really in that expensive of a market, it was nice, average sale price maybe around $250, $300, but my cap there was $25,000. So that's a difference of $9,000. $1,000. I actually just made another video that goes over all the fees at eXp, so if you want to see it in more detail, just go ahead and click the link that's going to pop up on the screen. From my experience though, the monthly fees at eXp and the monthly fees at Keller Williams are very similar. Now I just want to remind you that that could vary from Keller Williams office to Keller Williams office because they do vary their fees and splits. Again, that's one of the things that drew me to eXp because it's one fee, one commission split, one cap across the entire United States. So training, I get asked all the time, especially from new agents, is this company good for new agents? Or even experienced agents who are growth minded, what kind of training can I get? Now I already mentioned that I took Bold 5 times, I went to all the conferences, I was a coach for a year. I am very growth minded, I'm always learning, always going to training, always getting coaching. I value it so much. And what I found at eXp, there's over 50 live classes every single week in our cloud office. Now these are classes being taught by some of the biggest agents in the industry who have come over from other companies. I mean, we're even talking about some of the biggest real estate coaches that have joined eXp who are teaching classes in the cloud office. 50 live classes a week. I mean, we're talking classes on listing presentations, buyer presentations, goal setting for agents, social media for agents, video for agents, passive income for agents. Like, there's so many different classes you can attend. It's just actually kind of mind-blowing to me. And the training at Keller Williams, I mean, it's still good training. You have the Ignite program. I used to teach all those classes. You have Bold, which you have to pay extra for. It's $800. You have a video library. So I'm not going to stand here and say that, you know, Keller Williams training is no good. What I like about eXp's training over Keller Williams is that there's a whole lot more live training. I mean, that's completely undisputed. We also have our video training library. And overall, what's interesting is that because we have this cloud office environment with the biggest producers teaching in the cloud, you're getting the best of the best of the best. Whereas if you're at a KW office, say in just a local area somewhere in the US, you're taking those Ignite classes from the local agents. And a lot of times the biggest producers in these offices are too busy to teach the classes. I know firsthand because I was on the ALC and our goal was always to get the bigger producers to teach classes, but a lot of times they wouldn't because they were just too busy selling houses. So you're getting training from oftentimes agents who might not be the biggest producers, whereas at eXp, you are getting training from the biggest producers. Training wise, I'm gonna check both Keller Williams and eXp boxes here because I think no matter what company you go with, you're going to get good training. I just think with eXp, with the convenience, the live classes, and the biggest producers teaching it, I think there is like just a little notch right above KW, but I'm gonna give both companies mad props because they are both companies that offer a lot of training and good training. Now make sure you stick with me all the way till the end because I'm going to be dropping the biggest factor that you need to consider between the two companies. But first, I wanna address this whole thing of office space. So at Keller Williams, it's the old model. It's the old model, meaning there's bricks and mortar. There's a lot of overhead. So that means you have an office to go into. So if you like offices to go into, well, hey, you got that at Keller Williams. Whereas at eXp, we're a cloud-based brokerage with very low overhead. I mean, we're the model of the future. We're the model of now. I can tell you from my own experience, one of the biggest challenges that bricks and mortar, it's not just Keller Williams, it's RE/MAX, it's Century 20. The biggest problem that all these brokerages have is just getting the agents to actually come to the office. They want to build this local culture. They want the agents to be plugged in, but agents are busy. They're busy with family. They're busy with all the things going on in today's world. They're busy meeting clients at houses. They're busy showing houses. They're meeting clients at coffee shops near the homes that they're showing, listing presentations. They're going to the clients' houses. They're too busy to spend a lot of time at the office. So it's kind of like a catch-22. Sometimes agents think they need an office, but at the same time, one of the biggest challenges brokerages have is getting agents to actually show up to the office. And from my own experience, going into the office was oftentimes a distraction. I actually ended up getting my own office so I could have a separate space for my team, distraction-free, because I found when I'd go to the office, there'd be a lot of other agents there asking me questions or just gossiping, and that was really an environment that I didn't want to be a part of. And all of that's fun. It's fun to just kind of kick back and have some cooler talk here and there, but when it's a regular thing, it really hurts your productivity and it hurts your mindset. So for me, I'm all about having a winning culture. I'm all about developing a strong mindset. So I wanted to build my own environment around that. So for me, going into the office was actually a negative thing overall. If you're a top producer watching this, I'm speaking to the choir. You know what it's like at the office. And you already know that your clients don't want to go to the office. If you're a new agent, you might be wondering where you're going to be meeting with clients. Well, if you're out showing houses, the client does not want to drive all the way to your office before they go see houses. So you want to meet them at a convenient location, like a coffee shop nearby the first house you're going to show, or just meet them at the first house. Sellers, they're for sure not going to want to meet you at the office. You're going to go to their house because you need to see the house for the listing appointment. So clients don't care about your office. Clients don't care about coming to your office. So for clients, offices are not important. One cool thing that eXp did, though, as a solution to having a space for agents to work if they choose, is Regus. So Regus corporate suites are found all across North America in pretty much every major city. And they're these beautiful co-working spaces where you can go in for free, use the co-working space, get discounted boardrooms if you want, discounted conference rooms, discounted offices. But for me, I just use the free co-working space areas, and I loved it, where I'd be working at coffee shops or working from home or meeting clients. Now lastly, and the most important to me, was growth opportunity. I mentioned I had just got back from Expansion Systems Orientation, which is Keller Williams' flagship class on expansion, on growth opportunities. And when I saw eXp's model, just a simple webinar, I mean, I just had spent 2-3 days in Naples, Florida with their VP of expansion, and now I just watched this little half hour or whatever it was presentation. Again, if you want to see it, email me. So it was just this short presentation, and it sold me that eXp was the platform for growth, the platform for residual income, the platform for freedom. When I got into real estate, I wanted freedom. I wanted time freedom. I wanted location freedom. I wanted financial freedom. And what I found as a real estate agent, yeah, you can make a lot of money, but at what cost? The more money you make, the more houses you sell. A lot of times it means less time with your family, less times doing the things that you love. If you have time freedom, it's probably because you don't have any clients, so you're not busy. And traveling is really hard because you gotta be local, showing buyers houses, meeting with listing clients. You can't be traveling and still operating your business. So I had this long-term goal of this freedom, the 3 freedoms: financial, time, and location. And just 18 months after joining this company, I had all 3. Whereas at eXp, for just a startup fee of $149, which gets you business cards, gets you presentation folders, gets you your technology set up and all that, I had that opportunity to get a return on my time, or a return on my money. I could build revenue share through the company. And what's so cool and what I'm so excited about is eXp, yeah, we're growing super fast. When I joined, we only had 2,400 agents. Now we have over 28,000. But we're still relatively a small company. We're just now opening additional countries. We just went to the UK and Australia last year. Our goal is to open 2 to 3 more countries every single year. And what's crazy about that is we all have the opportunity to expand. I mean, I have agents in Australia, I have agents in the UK, I have agents in over 45 states, I have agents all across Canada. I mean, that's mind-blowing to me. Had I invested that money into a local Keller Williams office, it would be a local Keller Williams office with around 250 agents. In just 3 years, I have over 1,800 agents worldwide at this point. Whereas Keller Williams, they're already a huge company. They have over 160,000 agents. And what that means for you is limited growth. How are you gonna go into a new market when Keller Williams already exists in almost every market? I mean, I've had agents underneath me, part of my revenue share team, that have opened up new cities, new MLSs, the first ones there. And that cost me no money. And now I have teams of agents building in those areas, and every time they sell a house, I get paid. In fact, last month, my team did over 800 transactions. I got paid on 800 different transactions. I mean, that still blows my mind. I had a team at Keller Williams that I brought over to eXp of just 5 agents. We were selling 80, 85 houses a year, and we were just locally confined. We would have never got much bigger than that, to be honest. I mean, I spent 4 years doing that. And within just 18 months, I had a team of 500 agents at eXp in multiple states. Like, that's just crazy. I mean, if you're thinking growth, if you're thinking security, if you're thinking residual income, I mean, how good does it feel to have multiple streams of income and to have a diverse income? As an example, let's just say if real estate really got hit in Charlotte and my business was affected because of that when I was just selling locally, that's like, could be detrimental, right? Whereas if you have agents in multiple states all around the country, isn't that like more secure, more diverse? Like, I didn't think about that when I first joined eXp, but now that I have it, it just gives myself and my wife some peace of mind. So that's kind of been just an added benefit that kind of came about. As you can probably see, the biggest reason I came to eXp was for the growth opportunity, the freedom opportunity, that residual income. I mean, I spent 4 years building a team at Keller Williams, and at the most I had around 7 agents, but typically speaking, the good agents leave you after a while, and there's a lot of turnover. So over those 4 years, I recruited around 20, 25 agents to my local real estate team. I was doing well. Like I said, we were selling 80 to 85 homes a year. Our gross commission income was around $600,000 a year. So, income was good, life was good. But every year, what happens? You start at zero, right? January 1, okay, how am I going to repeat or increase the success that I had last year? What else can I do to invest my money? What else can I do to grow my business? And that puts a lot of pressure on you as an agent. I mean, my overhead for my business was $14,000 a month. And typically in the winter, sales go down. So there were some months where I actually lost money. Whereas at eXp, once I built this team of 1,800 agents, starting January 1, I know that I have this army of agents working hard to build the company, to sell more houses, and I'm going to get paid whether or not I work. I could go travel, and that's what residual income is. It keeps coming in even though you might not be working for it. The verdict's in. As you guys can see, I'm at eXp. I'm certainly a biased source, but I did my best to give you my opinion from being at Keller Williams for so long and now being at eXp for so long. And guys, both companies are great companies. Whether you go to KW, whether you go to eXp, you can have a highly successful real estate career, and I hope that you do. At the end of the day, looking back on my decision to join eXp, it came down to this. And at the time, I didn't really realize what it was, but now looking back on it, this is kind of how I sum it up. I had only been in real estate for 4 years, but I had sold hundreds of homes. And what I saw during those 4 years was, yeah, I could make a lot of money, but I could never have the freedom that I wanted. And I could see, going out 10 years, not being happy doing the same thing over and over, trading time for money. Ultimately, I didn't want more of the same. I did not want the next 4 years to look like the previous 4 years. The income was great, but I wanted this lifestyle that I always imagined, and I knew at that company I could not achieve it. And when I joined eXp, we only had 2,400 agents, like I said. We weren't even publicly traded on the NASDAQ yet. It was a big leap of faith, but I was willing to take that leap of faith. I mean, worst case scenario, I could have went back to Keller Williams. So I took that leap of faith and it paid off. I got my real estate license back at the end of 2012 and got started right off the bat with Keller Williams. Real estate was going awesome that first year. I ended up selling 6 houses and made no money. It was absolutely horrible, but I was able to get Rookie of the Year that year. But I was able to figure it out pretty quick, hired a coach and got the right training and had the right focus. And my second year sold 36 houses and eventually was able to grow that team.
And it was exciting too, because then about 1.5 years after he got his real estate license, I transitioned from being a registered nurse in the cardiac ICU for about almost 7 years into getting my real estate license. So then I joined him and I was working as a buyer's agent. So then as I was working as a buyer's agent, he was working a lot with sellers, and we started growing a team, and we had a few buyer agents with us at that time. Before we actually sold our team, we were selling about 85 homes a year and about $20 million in sales volume.
Business was good. We loved our time at Keller Williams. We were selling, like Abby said, around 85 houses a year. The team was growing. She took bold 3 times. I took bold 5 times. We weren't really looking to make a change, but we ultimately ended up deciding to partner with eXp Realty. It was funny because I actually went to expansion systems orientation the fall of 2016, and when I came back, I told my real estate coach that I wanted to start expanding. And he said, before you decide to do anything, watch this video. And it was a video about eXp. And at the time, I hadn't really heard of the company, but I knew that it was poised for massive growth. And what got me really excited about it was the opportunity to create multiple streams of income as a real estate agent with our revenue share plan and the stock opportunity. Of course, the commission split was really good and the cap was better, the training, the technology, those were all important points that we were looking at. But what I knew could absolutely change our lives was the opportunity of revenue share. And the stock was an absolute bonus for sure. So when we first joined eXp Realty, we had a 5-year plan. And that 5-year plan was to personally enroll just 5 agents a year under our revenue sharing plan. And over 5 years, that'd be 25 agents that we brought in. And in our model, that should grow to about 500 agents over time. And that would have completely replaced our real estate income. That would have created financial freedom for us. So that was really our 5-year goal. And because eXp is such an amazing company, we're solving such a huge problem in the industry, which is allowing agents to get off that hamster wheel of selling houses, allowing agents to actually retire. We grew a lot faster than that. So in just 18 months, we went from 0 to to 500 agents. We sponsored 22, and that turned into 500 in just 18 months. That was June 18th of 2018, and since then, we've pretty much tripled, a little more than tripled.
Yeah.
Today we have 1,591 agents. We're all across Canada, the US, and now the UK, which is really exciting. And it's afforded us to really live out our passions, which is helping other people, helping agents, serving, help people really change their lives for the better. So we ultimately decided to sell our real estate team and just coach agents full time. Because I knew if I was still busy selling real estate, growing my team, I wouldn't have the time that I wanted to invest back in the agents who were partnering with me at eXp, the agents that I was coaching, the agents who were really looking at us and saying, hey, we love what you're doing. We want your help. And I didn't feel good about having my time really diluted across so many different things. So I knew that it was time for us to really just take that step into our passion, which was really coaching real estate agents. Instead of retiring, now we just help agents grow their real estate businesses, create residual income, and it's been so much fun, and it's afforded us a really cool lifestyle.
We sold our house in August of 2018, and then from there, I've always had a passion to travel, and so we were able to hop in our travel trailer, and we started going across the US. So we made a bunch of stops. I won't go into everywhere, but it was incredible to explore and adventure and just really live out our passion of wanting to do that. And so then even from there, we were only gonna do it for a few months, and then we were like, you know what, let's just keep going, let's just keep doing this. And so bought a motorhome and kept going. And so then we ended up, another passion of ours is skiing and snowboarding, so we ended up in Breckenridge, Colorado for 3 months. I was able to ski, AJ was able to snowboard, he was on the mountain like 50 days, and I think I was about 30 days. It was incredible and just so much fun, and then made our way across, and we're able to do some awesome eXp events along the way with some of our agents, and it's been so incredible to be able to live out those passions of traveling and just explore and live a way that we really have always wanted to.
The one thing that I discovered about real estate agents is we get in this business to have freedom to either leave maybe a corporate job or being a teacher and not having that time freedom that you want with your family, or you want to create more income. And what we quickly find ourselves is kind of enslaved to our business. Have you ever been on vacation and you're negotiating offers from the beach while your kids are playing, or you have to, stay back while your family goes out for an excursion or something? You don't even have a true vacation when you're a real estate agent because you can never be fully present. So without residual income, you can't really have that freedom. So I just think it's so neat that through eXp, it offers us that opportunity to have residual income, to maybe take a step back from selling so many houses. I mean, I just think it's such a unique thing that agents can do now with eXp, to where they're not only selling houses, but they're also creating that residual income. And maybe instead of selling 36 houses a year, you go down to selling 24. You buy back your time with that residual income. On our motorhome trip, it was just so cool to be able to spend that time as a couple and with our dogs. And
unplug a little bit.
Yeah, unplug. We didn't know starting that trip that it was going to be the last 10 months that we had with our dog, Micah.
Yeah.
And you really do only have one life. You just got to make it a point to live out that one life, discover what that is for you and go after it. And real estate allows us to do that. And with eXp, for the first time ever, it allows us to do that at a very high level because of the residual income piece. So this is our official video of 2 years being retired as real estate agents. And we've done so much over these last 2 years. I'd have to say one of my highlights was just being in Breckenridge. I snowboarded 50 days. And I didn't grow up snowboarding, just got into it really over these last 5 years when I started producing enough income as a real estate agent to be able to afford it, because it's not cheap. And I got super good this past winter, and it was just so cool to be able to do that. And you got pretty good as a skier as well.
Yeah, I love skiing. It's my favorite. It's just been incredible, a huge blessing that eXp has offered us the opportunity for. And so a highlight of mine was just being able, we've always wanted to check out the Pacific Northwest. Mm-hmm. So being able to go out there and spend a lot of time out there and really explore was huge for me too, on top of the skiing and snowboarding. That's my favorite. that was so awesome. And we have that great picture by Haystack Rock with our dogs Cannon Beach.
Yes, it's a lot of fun.
Yeah. Another highlight of mine too is just being able to also see some family and friends on the road. It was funny, even living in North Carolina, you have a lot of friends and everybody there, and you're able to fly home or drive home and see family, but to be able to actually see them along your trip was really cool. To just see family, have them fly out, we visit them, a surprise Disney trip for some family and all that kind of stuff. So it was really fun to be able to see a lot more friends and family on the road too.
Exactly. For so long, it's been the franchise owners, the people high up in these different real estate companies having these types of lifestyles. And for the first time ever, us as agents with no money invested, just by sharing where you love to work, and if it resonates with someone that you're telling them about the company, then they join, and that's how you make residual income. For the first time ever, the agents who are really building these companies are the ones that finally get to really be rewarded for that. So now we're definitely far from retired. I mean, I'm working harder than I have in a while, because we did have those 10 months where we traveled and we're only working around 15 hours a week.
Back at it.
So I'm back at it, and it's been amazing. But the difference is I get to choose to work now. It's not like I have to go out and, you know, show houses on a weekend or meet with a client at nighttime and miss that. So truly has afforded us the lifestyle that we've always desired, which is time freedom, money freedom, and location freedom, which is really cool. And now just helping other agents to do the same.
Yeah.
So we have over, like I said, 1,500 agents now, almost 1,600, and every week just helping them sell more houses, helping them to create some residual income. So we'd love for you guys to partner with us. If you're interested, there's going to be a link below that you can check out for some more information. We'd love to have a discussion about eXp with you, and we're just super excited about the future. I think at the end of next year, we should have around 3,000 agents in our organization, and just going to keep growing and growing and growing, and our goal is to help agents improve their lives as much as possible. Now we finally have a platform to do it. So if you're an agent looking at eXp for the first time, I say, what do you have to lose? One of my mentors said when I was first looking at it, worst case scenario, you go back to selling houses like you always did at a high level. Best case scenario, it could possibly change your life. That's what we're doing here at eXp. We're changing lives. Shall we head out for a little golf cart ride with Luna?
Yeah.
All right, let's go see where she's at. It looks like she's actually in the middle of iguana hunting.
We have to show you this.
Luna, what'd you find over here? She found a big iguana. So that wraps it up. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you found it helpful, or if you know any other agents maybe looking to make a switch to a different brokerage this year, share this video with them. And if you'd like to partner with me, you can either email me. My email will be in the description and here on the screen, or check out the link below. All right, guys, we'll see ya.